Pokemon's Paldean Face has been out 2 whole weeks now, and I've been watching and recording the market value of the entire set on a daily basis. I think what's been happening so far is rather surprising, and now we have 3 brand new products dropping today, including the highly anticipated Shiny Charizard 10. Let's take a look at what I've been seeing and discuss what might happen next now that these new products are out. Let's also see where you can get them the cheapest. Now let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my coveted, trusty spreadsheet where I've been tracking Paldean Fates since the first Saturday after the release. I tend to at least wait until Saturday to start looking at the numbers because everything leading up to Friday of the release day is going to be impacted by the very few amount of shops that are allowed to sell their products on TCG Player. So the market prices are very high. There's people who don't care and they buy in advance of the release. And so everything up until Saturday is usually just absolutely inflated and ridiculous. Usually Saturday you start to see the drop, and then from there on out, a few days more, and you'll get even more of a drop. So way back on the first Saturday, the entire set was going to set you back $1,411 to pick up every single card, not counting the reverse rares, which aren't really going for a lot of money in this set anyway, so they won't really impact more. And I like to do this little thing in here where I try to figure out how, if I pull everything and I open thousands of packs, am I going to get my money worth? It's never the case. Even on the very first Saturday after the set came out, if you opened 1,000 packs and got a very even distribution of all the hits based on their pull rates, you were only going to pull yourself $3,500 worth of hits from this set. And you do the math, what's 1,000 packs going to cost you? Because I'm not seeing packs anywhere near $3.50. They're generally about $5 for this set. So you're definitely going to lose a lot of money if you went around trying to rip packs just to sell the singles. Of course, that hasn't changed. You would have to have an astronomical set like an Evolving Skies where all the big hits had just skyrocketed and you were still able to get your pack costs really low. And at this point, even for Evolving Skies, you can forget that. So with that $1,400 value on the first day, we're now down to a total value today of $1,136. Now that sounds like a pretty big drop in overall value, but the way it worked out was you kind of had the first 2 days of a drop and it's been completely steady since. So I put that together here on this chart. After, on January 28th, it dropped down to that $1,250 range, and it's kind of just been flowing steady ever since. So this set is holding up really well as far as what it costs to buy singles. There hasn't been any kind of huge drop other than a very normal drop the first few days after release. So if you think that the set's tanking, my opinion is you got to get that out of your head. It's absolutely not tanking. Now, some of the value might shift around between cards, but I'm not really seeing that as happening a lot. That initial drop definitely hit some of the top chases like Gardivoir, but some of the other chases like Charizard and Mew have been going up. And we'll look at those really quickly here. We got the Charizard card. The value was kind of steady the first few days. People set that market price of about $150, and it's just sort of gradually, continually gone up. It's now at $184 as of today. So Charizard is simply just getting more expensive as we go. Not by a huge amount, but it's definitely going up $30 since that first couple days. Gardevoir had a big drop. Respectively, it was around that $74 mark. It dropped down and it started going back up. And then it's remained pretty steady. Now, it's Friday afternoon. People might be trying to unload stuff. So it's about $66.29 right now. Still, that's fairly even, which is the surprising part to me, that both of these cards are moving in a very even way here. And let's pull up that Mew card, because that thing did the same thing as Charizard. It came out at about $87. It held steady for that first few days, and now it's just gradually gone up and up. It reached a high point of $138. Today, it's down a few dollars to $131. Again, top chase. Charizard and Mew are the top chase. Gardevoir is my top chase, but apparently it's not enough of a top chase for enough people to make it a $100 card, which is great for me because at the end of all this, that's the one card I want to walk away with and take into 2025 with me. So now you might be wondering, well, what else is there? What's holding up the value? And we got to look at the baby shinies. A full set of baby shinies out the gate was going to set you back $700. After a few days, it dropped down to about $560. And that is kind of where we want to start looking at it. And it's held pretty steady. It did drop about $50 down to the $500 range, but they've been sitting at the $500 range for 10 days now. So if you want to pick up every single baby shiny, you're looking at $500 in singles right now, which is pretty good. Now, if you're wondering what baby shinies are really holding up, we got Scyther is almost $10 at $9.50 today. Charmander, $20. Charmeleon, $15.50. Entei is going for $9. Pikachu is number one, I believe, at $29.14. Raichu is up there at the $10 mark. Mimikyu, $11. There's a few that are like $7, like Lucario. Pidgey is $15. Another really playable card. A lot of fans of Ditto out there. $19. Snorlax is $14 almost. And those are pretty much the top cards that you're looking for in those baby shinies. A lot of the other stuff is $5 or less. So some of them are pretty low, like in the $1.50 range. But add it all up, you're looking at about $500 to set yourself back. Now, some of those more common things have gone down in price, while some of those chases I just mentioned have gone up. And that's that kind of shift, which is probably done happening for the most part. However, we've got a lot of product coming out today and even more in another couple weeks with the booster bundles. Who knows how many booster bundles are going to be hitting store shelves. Sometimes that can be rough. In the full art department, pretty much you just got Mew and then Pidgeot and Gardevoir, and they're not really commanding a lot of money. These are easier to pull than the baby shinies to get the one that you want, actually, because as we've said before, 1 in 160 packs, you're going to get one of these. You're going to get the one that you want, whereas the baby shiny you want is going to come up 1 in 480 packs. So if you want that Pikachu, you're looking at, your odds are closer to 500 packs as opposed to the Mew, which is 150 packs roughly. And you've seen my results. I've had terrible results. Even I pulled the Mew so far. So haven't seen that Pikachu yet, though. I did luck out and get the Charmander. So there is that. We got some big value cards here in this set. 3 of them, in my opinion, the Mew, the Charizard, and the Gardevoir. And even Iono, which I keep forgetting about because I personally don't care about this card, is $57 right now. And I think she has dropped quite a bit since the beginning, for sure. I think people, they look at the Japanese market and see how crazy the waifus are doing over there, especially Iono. There's a big following. She started at $86 back in the beginning, dropped all the way down to $60. I think she'll continue to drop down as we go. The gold cards have been doing okay as far as gold cards go, $8 and up to about $15 for the Miraidon playable card, which is probably helping that one a lot. And just to go over it again, these are my pulls from 6 ETBs so far. I'm going to open up at least 2 more this weekend, and we'll see if I can finally get a special illustration rare. These are the values I've pulled based off of a couple days ago. $17 for one ETB, $9 for another, $8.27 in value for the worst one. And actually, the first 2 I ripped were the most decent, and they were about $30 worth of value for each of them, which may have gone down because I think I grabbed these prices quite a few weeks ago. And actually, in some cases, may have gone up because Charmander's gone up, and when I recorded this, it was $17. So that's what I've been seeing. It's holding very steady. But with 3 huge products coming out today that people are going to be buying up, I question how long it's going to stay at this. I think the big hits like Mew and Charizard are going to go up in the short term, but I don't think that they can sustain the prices that they're at long term. It's really going to be dependent on how much product gets ripped and how much often they come up. There's a huge desire for those two cards specifically, which are going to make it difficult to see a drop in the short term. And the people who are collecting right now are the true collectors that really want this stuff. So they're grabbing those things up, and that's what's keeping the prices up. Long term, lots of product coming out. Things could completely change. Those two cards could definitely come down. You know, they're not ones I'm going to buy in at. I'm definitely not paying $185 for that Charizard. I say it all the time. Between the Charizards and Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, the one from the Brilliant Stars Alt Art, I would pay $110 all day for that compared to $185 for the Paldean Fates one. I just think it's way nicer, and Venusaur's in it. So that's where I would put my money if I was going to get one. But short term, we might keep continuing to see a little bit of a rise. I think come back in a month, I think those are they're gonna dip. So let's see how it goes. Let's see if I can pull one. That'll make me definitely more bearish on the price for those, and I think that they'll come down. Right now, I'm feeling like it's very, very difficult to get stuff because, you know, you rip a whole case and you don't get any. But I think there's one in there. We'll get something. The problem is it could be Arvin. All right, so where can I get all these new products for Paldean Fates cheapest? Let's check out a few places. First off, eBay. If you want to get a whole display of the mini tins, there's some great deals on there. Cataclysm Collectibles is for one, and there's a few other shops that are very close and about the same exact price, which is $70.79. So very close to $90 to get a full set of 10 of these. Basically, you're paying $9.08 for each mini tin. Not seeing a huge discount on these because there's not a lot of them. Allocations were limited, and people love to get sealed displays of mini tins. So, you know, and keep it sealed and collected. So that's one place where you can pick up one of these. If you want to get the set of 3 tins featuring Charizard, Great Tusk, and Iron Treads, Game Nerds has them for $78.47. You'll get free shipping, and they don't charge tax. So that's exactly what you're going to pay for all 3. If you try to find these in some other places, you know, I saw one place selling the Charizard tin for $50 and the other 2 for $20. I would have snatched up a whole bunch of the other 2 for $20. They, of course, sold out. But you're generally going to find these in sets of 3 because people don't want to split up the Charizard from the other 2 because they'll have a much harder time selling the other 2. I love elephants. I actually like Iron Treads and Great Tusk a lot. I think these are cool cards and definitely want a set of 3 for myself. Anyways, Game Nerds, $78.47. Check it out. Now, if you want to take your risk on which one of the premium collections you'll get, Amazon actually has a pretty good price, $42.99. Shipped and sold by Amazon. Only ever buy Pokemon products shipped and sold by Amazon themselves. And because if something is awry, then you can return very easily. They're not going to argue with you. Now, you're not going to know which one you're going to get. So if you want to get the $42.99, these MSRP for $50. They got 8 packs. They're actually really nice. I have a few on hand myself. And if you're into the Paldean starters, these are great little pickups. Very expensive, though. So you got to get a good deal. $42.99, or if you can find for $40, that's actually pretty good. Now, if you just want to get that Charizard tin, Target has split them up. It's $28.99. You can just go and get the Charizard tin outright, not worry about the Iron Tusk and Iron Treads, and just pick up one of these. If you got a red Target card, you save another 5% on top of this. So if you just want to pick up that Charizard, I'm kind of shocked that they split it up. You can pick it up directly at Target, so that's a pretty good deal. You want to get all 3, Cataclysm Collectibles, again, has all 3, $71.75. That's a great price to pick up all 3. You know, people are picking them up, so check it out. Over at Smoke and Mirrors here, they've got a few of the things. If you can get to $150 to get free shipping, I don't think they charge tax from what I remember. I haven't ordered. Sorry, Smoke, I haven't ordered from you for a while. Paldean Fates Mini Tin Display. They'll let you buy 2. They're $89.99. Again, great price. You're not going to find cheaper than $90 for those. So you can pick up 2 if you want to get 2 of those. They got the set of 3 for $75.99. Again, if you buy from here, you might get a better deal because you're going to get charged tax on eBay probably. I have a shop, so I personally don't get charged tax on eBay. So for me, it's better to go with eBay than it is for me to go to Smoke and Mirrors. Now, I could reach out to Smoke and Mirrors, and they would probably honor my sales and use tax exemption. You know, I could figure that out. But you know, generally, if you don't have a business, then you're not going to have that deal. They've also got the collection, so if you wanted to target a specific one, I know everybody's favorite is Quackavall. So if you want to pick up Quackavall, and this is sarcasm. This is my sarcasm. $37.99. So they got all 3. Meowscarada, Upervs, $37.99 if you just want to pick that one up. They do have the Charizard tin, but it's $29.99. However, if you throw all that together, if you get some other things, you get your free shipping, or heck, you could, I don't know if they'll let you do it. Will they let you buy, just come in and buy 6 Charizards? They might be pretty mad if you do that. You're going to pay $179.94. $179.94. So $179. You're going to pay a lot more than just picking up 2 sets of 3. Which, by the way, if you did order 2 sets of 3, I'm sure you're going to get a sealed case from most of these people. All right, moving on. Forge and Fire. Hate them or love them, I don't care. They got the set of 3 for $71.99. They do charge tax, so that could impact whether or not this is the best deal. They've got now 100. Actually, let me go back to that. Yeah, so they're not doing cases. You got to buy 2. So either way, it's $71.99 for a set of 3. However, on the premium collections, if you buy a case, it's $219 divided by 6. That's $36.66. So you're going to save about $3, $3.40 buying them individually, or buying a whole case as opposed to buying them as a set of 3 or individually. Apparently people are buying all their Skeleturds. I don't know what that's about. So you can get a set of 3 or you can get a case of 6 from them right now for a pretty good price. Let me know what you guys think about Paldean Fates at this point, 2 weeks in. Are you ripping it? Are you skipping it? Do you love it or do you hate it? I've been enjoying it, except for the fact that I can't pull, and you know, but we're gonna go to it again. 2 more ETBs to go. Make sure you're liked and subscribed so you get more content from me, and you'll find out whether or not we actually get anything out of a whole sealed case of Paldean Fates Elite Trainer boxes, because so far it's not going so well. Anyways, guys, hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video.